Hi everyone, what is up and welcome back to the Hair by Kate YouTube channel and another episode of 1000 Ways to Dye. This is my client Emma and she's coming in with just faded out red color. We always keep her in the red family. So we're doing a red color melt refresh today. And this is a little bit of an interesting service because we're actually going to be kind of melting a permanent color into a semi-permanent color, which we know technically we're not supposed to do. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I apply a permanent and semi-permanent at the same time without the permanent color ruining the semi-permanent. So the two colors that I'm going to be using today are both from Pulp Riot. My base color, the more natural of the two reds that we're applying, is 5.66 from Faction 8. And then the color that I'm using for the vibrant red that we're going to see on her ends is just straight Fireball from the Pulp Riot Semis line. This technique of applying a permanent and semi-permanent at the same time will not work for every single client, but because Emma already has a red base and we're just kind of retouching what's grown out, I'm able to leave a little bit of a gap in between my permanent base color and my vibrant semi-permanent end color. What you're going to see me doing is applying the permanent color onto the root and just kind of lightly feathering that down. And then underneath where I've applied the permanent base color, I'm going to be applying Fireball on our already pre-lightened ends. What I really want to make sure that I avoid doing is actually melting these two different colors together. Because the permanent color contains developer and it's an oxidative color, if it touches the semi-permanent, the developer in that mixture will basically just pull the semi-permanent off of the hair. It'll just kind of like eat right through it and we'll end up with a bunch of like hollow spots and it'll just be splotchy and not very pretty. So I really just want to make sure that I'm not actually letting these colors touch. And I'm able to do this on Emma because, like I said, she does already have that red color close to her root area. So I'm able to feather both of the colors into that little bit of red and avoid them actually touching. Again, this is not going to be a technique that you can use on every single client. Like if someone was blonde and I was applying a darker root and trying to put a new semi-permanent through the ends, that wouldn't be achievable because the blonde would peek out in between the two of our colors. So if you're doing this technique, you need to just make sure that the middle ground or that area that we're feathering both our permanent and semi-permanent color into is something that's going to be cohesive with your blend. You just don't want to leave a gap of an unwanted color in between your permanent and semi-permanent. So not the best technique for every single client in the world, but on certain clients that have that middle ground color that we can work with, it's a really nice way to save time and not turn this into a double process. So now you may be wondering, obviously our permanent and semi-permanent colors need a few different things, right? So for one being our processing time, we know our Faction 8 colors need to process for 35 minutes and our semi-permanent processing time is 25 to 40. So what I do in this scenario is I'm just going to let everything process right at room temperature for the 35 minutes. Our semi-permanents, being conditioner based, don't have such a hard stop on the processing time, so we're able to let those go a little bit longer and have the same processing time as the Faction 8. The other thing that typically differs between the two is how to remove the product off of the hair after your processing is complete. Obviously, with permanent colors, we need to shampoo those off of the hair, and with semi-permanents, we don't shampoo. So what I do for Emma is I just shampoo on her scalp right where we applied the Faction 8, and I just make sure not to pull that shampoo through the semi-permanent on the ends. I'm also going to apply the rest of the semi-permanent rules, such as rinsing with cold water and high water pressure, just to make sure that I'm pushing all of that product off of her hair. So now our application is complete. I'm going to do the rinsing and shampooing steps that we just spoke about, and then get her blown out and styled so y'all can see the end result. If you picked up some useful tips and tricks from this video, check out the link in the description box down below. That's where you can find all of my full and in-depth courses and classes. So if you want to continue your learning, check it out down there. And here is our final look. I always really love these red tones on Emma. They just look so pretty and flattering on her. And every time we refresh this color, it just like makes my heart so happy. If y'all love this color, please let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!